Okay, guys, welcome to this special request session. This is a question that was given to me by one of my very, very good students. He asked that I look at this question in detail. So it's a question on quadratic sequence. And they said, Mr. Ankata, I need help with this. So I thought I should make a very short and precise video explaining how to do this or tackle this question. So the question says the nth term of a quadratic sequence is given by n squared plus 3n. Two consecutive terms in the sequence have a difference of 38. So there are two terms that follow each other in that sequence there, and the difference between the two terms is 38. Work out the two terms, and the question is worth 4 good marks. So now, let me just start by saying this is the formula that is given for whatever term, okay? So this is the formula for a general term that we don't know. So if there is a term that should follow this term here, all right, that term should increase its position by 1. I'm going to say that again. If there is a term that should follow this term here, which is n squared plus 3n, that term should follow or should increase its position by 1. So it means the formula for that term is going to be n plus 1, all right, squared plus 3, then n plus 1. Because this is what will come after n squared plus 3n. So it's a very important concept for you guys to understand. So I'm going to say it for the last time. If this sequence here or this term here has got the next term that follows it, that term should increase its position, which is n, by 1. So then it's going to take up the same form, but it will be n plus 1 because the position is increasing by 1. So these are the two consecutive terms in that sequence. So now the question says the difference between two consecutive terms. So we are going to say the difference. So we're going to say n plus 1 squared plus 3, then n plus 1, all right? Take away this same sequence here, which I'm going to put in brackets because it's got more than one term, okay? So this difference here is going to give us 38. So the most important thing is knowing that the position has to increase by 1. Okay, so all we need to do here, since we've done algebra, we need to expand the brackets or get rid of the brackets. So doing that for this one, we are going to have n squared plus 2n plus 1. Then if we expand this, we are going to have 3n plus 3. Now, expanding or multiplying the negative sign across the two terms in the second bracket there, we're going to have minus n squared minus 3n equals to 38. So if we do this nicely, you can see that there is n squared which is positive and n squared which is negative. So these two would cancel each other. There is also negative 3n, positive 3n. So it's like we are saying 3n take away 3n because they are like terms. Those two would also cancel, leaving us with 1 plus 3, which is 4, and then plus the 2n, which is here. Okay, I'm just using this shortcut method to save on time, equals to 38. So the idea is to try and find the first position of that term here. So solving for n here is going to be 2n equals to 38, take away 4, which gives us 2n equals to 34. And we solve for n, we divide by 2, we divide by 2, implying that n is equal to 17, all right? So it means the term that is first in this question would be on position number 17, implying that increasing this 17 by 1, the other term would be n equals to 18. That's the position. So we found the positions, and the question says find the two terms. So finding the two terms implies that we substitute 17 and 18 in the formula that is given, which is this one here. So doing that nicely would mean we are going to say, because we are putting 17 where there is n squared plus 3n, so we are going to have 17 squared plus 3 times 17, which should give us something like 340. So this is the term that the other guy would follow. So again, we do the same for n equals to 18 because they are consecutive. We're going to have 18 squared plus 3 times 18. So if we do this, we are going to find that the term is going to be equal to 378. So these are the two terms. So the question says, work out the two terms. So the two terms are 340 and 378. If you want to prove that this is correct, we can subtract the two by just saying 378, take away 340. You notice that the answer to this would be 38, which is this guy given here. So to conclude this, the tricky part was just on us knowing that if this is the term, all right, 3n, okay, if this is the term and there's a term that follows this guy, then the position, which is n, should increase by 1. So we needed to come up with this equation here, all right, and then working with these guys algebraically to just find the position n. So guys, thank you very much for sending this question, and I appreciate your concern and you following my videos on YouTube and Facebook. So keep on sending these, invite your friends. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you are watching, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Math Antenna. And if you are a teacher, you can recommend this page to your students and other colleagues. Thank you very much, and keep sending these questions through.